Have you ever had the feeling that you are your own biggest obstacle, that no matter how much you want something, a part of you is secretly working against it? You set a goal, you feel that initial spark of motivation, you promise yourself that this time will be different. You can see the future version of yourself so clearly, more successful, more confident, finally at peace. You take the first step, maybe even the second, but then something shifts. It's a subtle feeling at first. A whisper of doubt, a heaviness that makes the next action feel impossible. The enthusiasm fades, replaced by that all too familiar frustration. You find yourself back where you started, asking that painful question, why does this keep happening to me? If this feeling is familiar, then you have already encountered the silent enemy. This is not about a lack of willpower. This is not about not trying hard enough. In fact, you are probably trying too hard, pushing against a wall that exists within your own mind. This is about a betrayal so deep, so fundamental, that it operates under the radar of your conscious awareness. It is the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you are capable of, written in invisible ink by your past failures, your fears, and the expectations of others. You are not failing because you aren't good enough. You are struggling because your mindset, the very operating system of your life, is working against your conscious desires. It is a silent saboteur, programmed to seek comfort and avoid risk, to protect you from failure and judgment. And in doing so, it systematically kills every attempt you make to grow, to reach, to become more. This is the silent betrayal. It's the reason you hesitate when opportunity knocks. It's the voice that tells you to wait for tomorrow, for the right moment, for when you feel more ready. Moment that never comes. It's the force that drains your energy and fuels procrastination, making the simplest tasks feel like monumental burdens. It creates the invisible wall between the life you are living and the life you know, deep down, you are meant to be living. You can feel this wall every day. It's in the sigh you let out when you think about your unrealized dreams. It's in the envy you feel when you see someone else achieving what you desire. It's in the quiet resignation that maybe this is just your lot in life, but that resignation is a lie. That frustration is not your destiny, it is a signal. It is the most important signal you will ever receive. It is your inner self screaming that the current program is not working, that the map you are using is leading you in circles. That feeling of being stuck is the starting point for a revolution against the outdated rules your mind has been following. Understanding this is your first and most crucial step toward freedom. This is not about adding another layer of positive thinking on top of a rotten core. This is about going to the root. It is about uncovering the hidden code that has been running your life and finally learning how to rewrite it. The journey we are about to take together will show you how to dismantle this wall, brick by brick. It will give you the tools to identify the silent saboteur and disarm it for good. By the end, you will not just understand why you've been held back, you will possess the key to unlocking a level of personal power and clarity you've only ever imagined. You will learn how to build a new foundation, one that doesn't betray your dreams but actively supports them. The life you want is on the other side of that wall. It's time to break through. That invisible wall you feel, that silent saboteur, it has a source. It was built piece by piece from a story you were told, a story you learned to believe. It's a story that sounds like hope but is actually a cage. It's the story that if you just think positive, your entire life will magically transform. This is the lie. This is the great misunderstanding that keeps millions of people trapped in a cycle of hope and despair. They are told to change their thoughts, so they stand in front of the mirror and repeat words they don't feel. They try to convince themselves that everything is great, while on the inside, a deeper, more powerful voice screams that it's not. This creates a war inside your mind, a civil war between your conscious desires and your subconscious beliefs. And your subconscious always wins. Why? Because your subconscious is not just a thought, it is your identity. It is the deeply held record of who you believe you are at your core. It was formed by every experience, every failure, every time someone said you couldn't do it. This identity is the program that runs in the background of your life, 24 hours a day, and it will always work to make your outer reality match your inner self-image. This is why positive thinking fails. You are trying to paint a new picture on top of an old stained canvas. The old image, the old story will always bleed through. You can tell yourself you are confident, but if your identity is rooted in being the shy one, the overlooked one, your actions will betray you. You will hesitate. You will avoid eye contact. You will shrink back. You are not failing because you aren't positive enough. You are failing because your actions are not aligned with your true identity. You are acting from the memory of the old you, the you that believes it's not capable, not worthy, not destined for success. Every time you try to force a new action without changing this core identity, it feels like wearing someone else's clothes. It feels uncomfortable, inauthentic, and exhausting. Your brain, designed to conserve energy and keep you safe, rejects it. It pulls you back to what is familiar, to what is known. Even if what is known is pain, it is a predictable pain, and the brain will always choose predictable pain over uncertain glory. This is the core of the problem. This is the thinking mistake. You have been trying to change the leaf when you need to change the root. You have been trying to change the outcome when you need to change the source. The source is your identity. The person you believe yourself to be dictates the decisions you make, the risks you take, and the efforts you abandon. A person who believes they are unlucky will see every opportunity as a potential trap. A person who believes they are not a leader will never speak up. A person who believes they are not disciplined will always hit the snooze button. Your world is a mirror. It reflects back to you with unflinching honesty the person you have decided you are. But here is the most liberating, the most powerful truth you will ever hear. That identity is not fixed. It is not a life sentence. That story can be rewritten. You are not the author of your past, but you are the author of your meaning. You get to decide what your past experiences mean about you. Do they mean you are broken? Or do they mean you are stronger? The evidence is there for whatever story you choose to tell. The key is to stop trying to think your way into a new life and start acting your way into a new way of thinking. Your identity is not built on your thoughts. It is built on your actions. Every single action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. It is not the grand, sweeping gestures that define you. It is the tiny, seemingly insignificant choices you make when no one is watching. That one time you chose to go for a walk instead of scrolling on the phone. That was a vote for being a healthy person. That time you chose to read one page of a book instead of turning on the television. That was a vote for being a knowledgeable person. That time you chose to speak up in a meeting, even though your voice shook. That was a vote for being a courageous person. You don't need 1,000 votes to change. You just need one more vote than you had yesterday. You need to start collecting evidence for your new identity, one small, courageous action at a time. You are not waiting for permission to become. You are becoming right now with every choice you make. The old story will fight back. It will feel uncomfortable. It will feel like you are faking it. But you are not faking it. You are building it. You are forging a new self with the fire of your daily actions, and one day you will realize the war in your mind is over. The old voice has gone quiet, because the new evidence, the proof of who you are becoming, is too overwhelming to ignore. The mirror of your world will have no choice but to reflect back the powerful, capable, and worthy person you have proven yourself to be, one action at a time. So how do you do it? How do you actually rewire a lifetime of programming? How do you move from knowing what to do to actually becoming the person who does it? The gap between knowing and becoming feels vast, like a canyon you're expected to jump across. And that gap is where most dreams go to die. You stare into that distance and it paralyzes you. But what if you didn't have to jump? What if you could build a bridge, one single, solid brick at a time? This is where theory meets the road. This is where you stop being a prisoner of your past and become the architect of your future. The tool is not more thinking. The tool is evidence, cold, hard, undeniable proof that you are already changing. Your brain is a skeptical scientist. It doesn't believe in hopes or wishes. It believes in data. For years, you've been feeding it data that supports the old story. That time you gave up, that time you said something foolish, that time you failed. Your brain logged it all as evidence of your limitations. To change your identity, you must become a collector of new evidence. You must go on a daily mission to find proof, however small, that contradicts the old story and supports the new one. You are not trying to launch a rocket to the moon tomorrow. You are trying to light a single match in the darkness. Focus on the smallest possible action that aligns with your new identity. Do not think about getting in shape. Think about putting on your walking shoes. Do not think about building a business. Think about writing one paragraph of your idea. Do not think about becoming a confident speaker. Think about making one comment in a meeting. The action must be so small that it feels almost trivial. So small that the voice of resistance has nothing to grab onto. You are not asking yourself to climb a mountain. You are asking yourself to tie your boots. And when you complete that tiny action, you stop. You acknowledge it. You must become a relentless detective of your own progress. You completed that tiny action. That is proof. That is a brick. That is a data point for your new identity. That is a vote for being a disciplined person, a creative person, a courageous person. You must celebrate that vote like a victory because it is. You are not just going for a walk. You are collecting evidence that you are a healthy person. You are not just writing a paragraph. You are collecting evidence that you are a writer. You are not just making a comment. You are collecting evidence that your voice has value. This evidence, brick by brick, starts to build a new foundation. With every small action, you are sending a new signal to your subconscious. This is who we are now. The old identity will protest. It will feel uncomfortable, awkward, even silly. This is good. This is a sign that you are stretching beyond your old boundaries. The discomfort is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that you are growing. It is the feeling of the old shell cracking. This process requires relentless consistency, not massive intensity. One brick today, one brick tomorrow. The consistency is what builds the bridge. It's what makes the new identity feel normal, automatic, and eventually effortless. You are not fighting against your old self. You are quietly, patiently building your new self right next to the old one. And one day, you will realize the new structure is stronger. It has more evidence. It has more proof, it has more votes. The old identity with no new data to support it will begin to fade. It will become a ghost, a whisper with no power over you. Your brain, that skeptical scientist, will have no choice but to accept the new data. The external results will follow. They always do. They are a lagging indicator of your internal identity. The body transforms after you have become the person who moves. The business grows after you have become the person who executes. The relationships deepen after you have become the person who connects. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are building one, brick by brick, action by action, proof by proof. The power was never in a single grand gesture that would change everything. The power was always in the smallest gesture, repeated every day, that changes you. And when you change, everything changes. And now you stand at the threshold. The blueprint is in your hands. You understand the silent betrayal. You have identified the lie. You hold the tool to rewire your reality. But knowledge is not power. It is only potential power. It becomes power the moment you decide to use it. The world is filled with people who know what to do. It is empty of people who actually do what they know. This is the final separation. This is the line between a life of quiet longing and a life of undeniable impact. The bridge you have built, brick by brick, leads to a single decisive moment. the moment of choice. Not a choice you make once, but a choice you make every single hour of every single day. The choice to act as the person you are becoming, even when every fiber of your old self screams to retreat to the familiar. This is where you claim your power. This is where you move from being a passive character in your own story to the author who holds the pen. You must understand that your future self is not some distant stranger you will meet one day. Your future self is being constructed right now in the raw material of this present moment. Every decision, no matter how small, is a direct conversation with that future self. When you choose discipline over distraction, you are sending a message forward in time. You are telling your future self, I am building a foundation you can stand on. When you choose courage over comfort, you are sending a message that says, I am clearing a path for you to walk. Your future self is relying on you right now. They are counting on the choices you make in these quiet, unseen moments. They are praying that you will be strong for them, that you will be brave for them, that you will not give up on them, because they are the culmination of all your todays. They are the living, breathing result of the evidence you chose to collect. Do not betray them. Do not let them down. The world does not need more people with good intentions. The world needs more people with unwavering commitment. Commitment to the process, commitment to the identity, commitment to the tiny, daily actions that seem insignificant to everyone else but mean everything to you. This is not about motivation. Motivation is a fleeting breeze. It comes and goes. This is about dedication. Dedication is the bedrock. It is the decision to show up and lay your brick even on the days you feel nothing, especially on the days you feel nothing. That is where true change is forged. In the fire of discipline, not the spark of emotion. You were not put on this earth to play a small game. You were not given your unique gifts, your passions, your deep desires, to have them suffocated by fear and hesitation. The world is waiting for the contribution that only you can make. It is waiting for the art that only you can create, the connection that only you can foster, the strength that only you can provide. But it cannot receive that gift if you remain hidden behind the wall of your old self. The time for waiting is over. The time for wishing is finished. The power to become, to truly become, has always been yours. It was never locked away in a secret formula or held by some guru. It has been waiting for you in the simplest of places, in the next choice you make. Will you choose to act as the person you wish to be, right now? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but so does the journey of staying exactly where you are. The difference is not in the step itself, but in the direction you choose to move. Choose forward, choose growth, choose yourself. Your new life, the one you have dared to imagine in your quietest moments, is not a fantasy. It is a prediction. It is the inevitable result of the person you decide to become today. So become. There is a force within you that has been waiting for this moment. It has been dormant not because it is weak, but because it has been waiting for a signal, waiting for you to decide that you are finally ready. That signal is not a feeling. It is a decision, a declaration of intent that you make with your actions, not your words. This is the moment you stop asking for permission from the world and start giving permission to yourself. You are the only one who can unlock the door. You have been holding the key all along. It is forged in the fire of your daily choices. Every time you choose the action that aligns with your future self, you are not just moving forward. You are sending a powerful command to the universe. You are announcing, I am here, I am ready, my time is now. This is how you summon your own power. This is how you activate the latent potential that has been sleeping within your DNA. It responds to action, not to wishful thinking. It responds to evidence, not to hope. You are building a magnetic field around yourself, pulling toward you the opportunities, the people, and the circumstances that resonate with this new frequency you are emitting. The old version of you would have missed these signs. The new version, the one you are building with such intention, will see them everywhere. This is not magic. This is the law of cause and effect operating at the highest level. When you change your internal world, Your external world has no choice but to reorganize itself to match. The challenges will not disappear, but you will have changed. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable will now appear as necessary steps on the path. You will not see a wall, you will see a test of your commitment. You will not see a rejection, you will see a redirection to something better aligned with who you are becoming. This shift in perspective is everything. It is the difference between being defeated by the storm and learning to dance in the rain. You are not avoiding life's difficulties. You are building a stronger vessel to navigate them. This is the ultimate reward for your consistency. It is not just the achievement of your goals. It is the profound transformation of your character. You will look back and realize that the goal was just a placeholder. The real prize was the person you had to become to reach it. That person is resilient. That person is authentic. That person knows their worth because they have built it with their own hands, one small action at a time. That person trusts themselves because they have proven to themselves, over and over, that they can keep their own promises. This self-trust is the most valuable currency you will ever possess. It cannot be given to you. It must be earned, and you earn it by showing up for yourself when it is difficult, when it is inconvenient, when no one is watching. This is your legacy in the making. It is not written in a single grand moment of triumph, but in the quiet, consistent accumulation of choices that honor the person you are committed to being. You are leaving the old story behind. You are no longer defined by your past. You are defined by your direction. You are defined by the relentless forward motion of your will. The world needs what you are becoming. It needs your courage. It needs your discipline. It needs your unique light, shining without apology. Do not hide it. Do dim it. Let it blaze a trail for others who are still searching for the way. You are living proof that change is possible, that a mindset can be rebuilt, that a life can be redesigned. You are the architect. The tools are in your hands. The future is unwritten, and it is waiting for you to make your next move. This is your call to action. Not from me, but from the deepest part of yourself, the part that knows you were meant for more, the part that refuses to settle. It has been whispering to you your entire life. That feeling of restlessness, that is not anxiety, that is your potential, straining against the leash of your old identity. It is time to let it run. The map is clear. The path is known. You understand the mechanism of your own transformation. You know that identity is built through action. You know that evidence is the currency of change. There is no more mystery. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to engage in the process, fully and completely, without reservation. This is not about having a perfect plan. It is about having an unwavering commitment. Perfection is the enemy of progress. It is the voice of the old mindset, demanding a guarantee before it will allow you to move. You must reject this. Your commitment must be to action, not to outcome, to the process, not to the prize. The outcome is a byproduct. The prize is a symptom. The core of everything is the person you become on the journey. Trust the process. Trust the compounding effect of your daily votes. You do not need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. You only need to see the very next step, and then the one after that. Your faith will be built not on blind belief, but on the proven evidence of your own progress. Each brick you lay will illuminate the next. Momentum is not a force that you wait for. It is a force that you generate. It is created by the friction of your consistent action against the resistance of your old self. The first few actions will feel the most difficult. The wheel is heavy at first, but with each push it becomes lighter. With each day, the new identity feels more familiar, more true, more like you. Soon, you are not pushing the wheel at all. It is spinning on its own, carrying you forward with its own energy. This is the point of transformation. This is when the struggle turns into strength. This is when the practice turns into mastery. This is when you cross the bridge you built and realize you are no longer the person who started the journey. You are now the living embodiment of your choices. Your past no longer defines you. It has become the foundation upon which you stand, a testament to how far you have come. Your future is no longer a distant dream. It is a reality you are constructing in real time with every thought, every word, and every deed. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your conditions. This is your power. This is your birthright. Claim it now, today, in this very moment. Decide. Decide that your comfort zone is too small to contain your spirit. Decide that your fears are not warnings, but invitations to grow. Decide that your doubts are not truths, but echoes of a story you are no longer telling. Your life is not a rehearsal. This is the main performance. The stage is set. The lights are on. The audience of your future self is watching, waiting with bated breath to see what you will do next. So go, act, build, become. Let your actions roar so loudly that the world cannot help but hear. Let your life become a masterpiece, painted with the bold strokes of your courage and the vibrant colors of your determination. The world is waiting for the gift of you. Unleash it.